starts now.
Welcome to Newswatch 12 at 5. I'm Justin Betty. Today marks 1 year since the first COVID-19 vaccines were given out here in the United States, though many of us weren't eligible until later in the spring. And for many people, that day marked a light at the end of a dark tunnel. Newswatch 12's Cooper Henkel reports.
It all happened so quickly.
December 14th, 2020 probably doesn't ring any bells for most people. But it was a big day for Tina Schubert.
And then it hit me, and I was just excited and grateful that I finally got the vaccine.
It's been a year since Schubert became the first person vaccinated in Wisconsin against COVID-19.
Yay, everybody clap, I'm trying to set that example, and I'm trying to help my patients, and they're looking to me for answers. And one of the answers for me is I received the vaccine. I'm doing everything I need to do to get through this pandemic. Let me help you.
The medical marvel that is the COVID-19 vaccine has been buried in political conspiracy theories. Promising experimental research in labs scattered across countries turned into a highly effective, mass-producible vaccine.
It didn't appear that any corners are being cut. And then we started to see data about vaccine effectiveness, and it exceeded all of our expectations. The mRNA vaccines being greater than 90% effective against any sort of symptom of the disease is something that is, essentially unheard of in vaccine science.
Although COVID continues to rage in unvaccinated populations, breeding new variants, the possibility of beating the pandemic wouldn't exist without that clear liquid in those little glass vials.
The more people who remain unvaccinated, the more often this disease is going to be able to transmit, replicate, and create variants. And we're now living the proof of what happens when we're unable to get enough of the world vaccinated quickly enough.
For Newswatch 12, I'm Cooper Henkel.
And according to the latest numbers from the Department of Health Services here in Wisconsin, people who are unvaccinated were about 5 times more likely to catch COVID-19 in the month of October than people who are vaccinated here. More than 10 times more likely to be hospitalized with COVID-19 and roughly 15 times as likely to die from the pandemic, though the odds of most people dying is still rare. Those numbers all based on per 100,000 people. New numbers from November are due out tomorrow. All right, let's head out to the weather deck now to meteorologist Jeff Weller on our first check the forecast. Jeff.
Yeah, hey, Justin. Temperatures are a bit colder today with the lack of sunshine earlier, but still high temperatures up near 40. Will be much warmer tomorrow, though, with high temperatures up near 50. Look at the graphics out there now. You can see temperatures across the area basically in the 30s. We're going to cool down to about even freezing tonight, so whatever is melting is going to refreeze this evening. Now, the satellite picture shows our next weather system off to the west of us. That is a doozy. It's going to track to our north beginning tomorrow. On that track, we got some drizzle and light rain in the forecast tomorrow, and also some really high winds. A high wind watch in effect for us for tomorrow night. We could see wind gusts near 55 miles per hour, if not more than that, tomorrow night into early parts of Thursday. So our forecast then for tonight, though, is mostly cloudy skies, some drizzle out there, maybe a couple flurries in there as well, kind of breezy, with low temperatures down near 35. Your full forecast is coming up, Justin.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Tomorrow, many of us, as Jeff mentioned, could see temperatures in the 50s, though it will be wet and windy. Folks at Granite Peak in Wausau say they will have to close the slopes tomorrow because of that weather, but they plan to be back to snowmaking right again on Thursday when the temperatures cool off again. Speaking of unseasonably warm weather, a UN agency confirmed today a Siberian town north of the Arctic Circle did in fact hit a temperature record last year. The town of Verkhoyansk, where the record temperature hit 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit, was hit on June 20th, 2020, 71 miles north of the Arctic Circle in a region that is warming about double the global average right now. The extreme heat fanned wildfires across northern Russia's forests and tundra and led the World Meteorological Agency to open a number of investigations into that extreme weather attributed to climate change. Today marks 9 years since the tragedy at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut. December 14th, 2012, 20 children and 6 educators were killed at that school. Today, the governor of Connecticut directed flags in the state be flown at half-staff staff to honor and remember those who lost their lives. Also today, for the first time ever, Newtown schools are offering remote learning on this day because of a rising number of threats in schools across the country, though none specifically in Newtown. In Washington today, President Biden took time to reflect on that tragic day as well.
May God bless all those innocent lives in Newtown and all across the country, and all of you who have been the victims of gun violence and your families have suffered from it. My heart breaks for you, but we have to act. We can't give up.
The parents of the Oxford school shooting suspect appeared in a Michigan courtroom today for a probable cause hearing. James and Jennifer Crumbly are each facing 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. In connection to the shooting, their 15-year-old son Ethan is accused of carrying out back on November 30th. Officials say the couple contributed to that tragedy by providing the gun to their son and ignoring signs that he was planning the shooting. A preliminary examination hearing was adjourned until February of next year as the Oakland County Prosecutor's Office works to gather more evidence and interview witnesses. The Crumblies, by the way, are being held on $500,000 bonds. They have pleaded not guilty to all charges. Hospitals have been very important during the COVID-19 pandemic, but hospitals also help communities in ways beyond the physical care. The annual Community Benefits Report shows exactly how they add value to the communities they serve.
The report documents how Wisconsin hospitals and health systems add vitality to their communities by educating patients and their caregivers on health-related topics, raising awareness of injury and disease prevention practices, and helping to ensure the nutritional needs of disadvantaged children and families are met.
Marshfield Clinic Systems, one of the hospitals highlighted in that report. One of their primary focuses was addressing the effects of COVID-19 as one of the most critical needs of the community.
Substance use and misuse. We're starting to see and have seen increases in mental health needs, in particular suicide. We've seen increases in individuals that just need access to food or access to care.
Side effects of the pandemic. The report includes the total investment hospitals made into the communities, amounting to $1.9 billion for hospitals all across the state. Many businesses and events shut down last year during the pandemic, but One North is one used her extra time at home and put it to good use. Newswatch 12's Morgan Johnson shows us how she turned a hobby into a business.
Any day is a good day for a cookie.
Kim Feller has a lot on her plate this holiday season, including cookies.
Christmas is absolutely crazy.
Kim's day job is being an educator at Trees for Tomorrow in Eagle River. But once the pandemic hit, she got restless. She knew she had to do something, so she started baking.
I got into decorating cookies this way, kind of out of boredom.
She enjoyed it so much, she stuck with it. And it turns out she's pretty good. Kim is now the owner of Woodsy Cookies. She's been advertising on social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram, wowing people with her artistic skills.
I'm making like an ornament-inspired cookie. So I'm gonna do what we call a little wet on wet technique.
Her business has picked up so quickly that she's already booked up for Christmas, so better luck next year. While the pandemic hurt a lot of people, Kim made the best of her time off and ended up making things better for a lot of other people too. Every step along the way, Kim has enjoyed it.
I wouldn't do it if I wasn't having fun with it. So the moment I stop having fun with it is the moment that I get to stop.
Reporting for Newswatch 12 in Eagle River, I'm Morgan Johnson.
And while Kim is already booked up for Christmas, she says it's not too early to start thinking about Valentine's Day cookies. You can personalize any cookie you want. Just reach out to Kim on Facebook or Instagram to place a custom order. A second aide to former President Trump could soon be held in contempt of Congress. We'll have the latest from Washington in just a few minutes. Plus, Jeff has your full forecast next on Newswatch 12 at 5.
Goodwill starts with you this holiday season. As you get ready to open your door to family and friends, shop Goodwill for great deals on festive decor, one-of-a-kind outfits, and do-it-yourself gift supplies, perfect for any holiday gathering. You'll also be opening the door to job training and opportunities for neighbors in our community. Your purchases and donations save items from the landfill and keep the holiday spirit alive all year round. Goodwill starts with you.
With a Ford F-150 and an available Pro Power onboard generator, you're not just ready, you're holiday ready. Get a Ford F-150 with 0 for 60 and 500 retail bonus cash, plus complimentary maintenance when you sign up for Ford Pass Rewards. See your Ford dealer today.
Menards Enchanted Forest has been a Christmas tradition for over 60 years. We invite the whole family to come take a stroll and find everything you need to deck the halls. Find that perfect tree to display your ornaments, ribbons, garland, and tree toppers. Create a warm and cozy space with decorative accents and hanging decor. Find it all at Menards Enchanted Forest.
WJJQ is giving away $2,500 in $25 gift certificates during our 25 Days of Christmas giveaway. Visit WJJQ.com for information in the 25 Days of Christmas giveaway from WJJQ.
For the most up-to-the-minute info on your school closings, visit WJFW.com on your computer, your tablet, or your phone. WJFW School Closings, sponsored by Builders Service Incorporated and People's State Bank.
All right, you and I have quite the winter storm on the way. It arrives for us tomorrow and lingers into Thursday. On this track, though, it's going to go north and west of us, meaning we're on the warm side of it. So drizzle, showers, and maybe even a couple thunderstorms tomorrow, and incredibly windy by this time tomorrow night. So here's our system now across the west, just now getting together across the western areas. These two lows are going to come together and make a line toward the Duluth area. And again, on that track, we're on the windy side and also the rainy side to this. It's a really powerful storm, by the way, too. About as strong as one that came through last Friday that gave us all that snow. This one's going to have rain and lots of wind with it coming through the area. So already now, these are wind advisories, all sorts of them. There's high wind watches in here. There's high wind warnings in here. There's wind advisories in here. Just know tomorrow evening it's going to get really windy around here and likely lingering into early parts of Thursday. We could see wind gusts near 55 miles per hour. A couple spots could see 60, and not just for isolated areas, too. It's going to be a widespread wind event pretty much covering the entire state of Wisconsin beginning tomorrow afternoon and evening. So here we go. Here tonight we're all good. Breezy out there now, but by about 9:30 tomorrow evening, the first core of the gusty winds comes through with wind gusts near 40 miles per hour. That's going to go through, but look at tomorrow night. Pretty much all night long, we're going to have wind gusts near 50 to 60 miles per hour. That is going to leave a mark across the area. So if you have a trampoline out, if your garbage can's out, you're going to want to take that in because this wind's going to push that around and cause some problems tomorrow night into early parts of Thursday. So that gets out of here, though, slowly getting out of here on Friday before we get much colder temperatures on the way then. Again, tomorrow, we could have a chance for a few thunderstorms across the area. I know it's December. It's mid-December, but still, the threat for severe weather across parts of western Wisconsin is there. For us, not so much, but still, a couple of these could get a little gusty tomorrow evening with some thunder and lightning in there as well. So Futurecast shows the story. So tonight, some drizzle forming after midnight, and by 11 o'clock tomorrow evening, we're talking about rain, potentially heavy rain across the area tomorrow evening. The snow is well back across the Arrowhead and probably in the Dakotas. This is going to be an all-rain event for us. That's going to push through. Then the wind kicks in, and we have those wind gusts near 55 miles per hour tomorrow night. Today, though, a lot more cloud cover, right? We had high temperatures, a bit colder today, pretty much in the upper 30s. Tomorrow, though, not so much. We'll get a surge of warm air out ahead of the front tomorrow. That's going to give us high temperatures briefly in the low 50s, maybe even a couple mid-50s, and a couple of you across central Wisconsin could go for 60 tomorrow afternoon. After temperatures out there now, we're at 35 in Rhinelander, 34 for Antigo, 38 for Point. Again, these are still well above the average. The average is 27, 28. All of us were above that today, but not much longer. here. 51 is the forecast high in Rhinelander tomorrow, but that's over a snowpack too. And then we're much colder Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So our forecast then tonight, though, is cloudy and windy, some dense fog out there, some drizzle, low temperatures above freezing near 35. For tomorrow, all right, increasingly windy, some drizzle and fog, high temperatures briefly in the 50s, dropping later in the day. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Northwest Furniture and Mattress shows tomorrow's the rainy, icky day. Still windy on Thursday, and then we're just cold, right? With maybe some light snow showers in the forecast on Saturday afternoon. Justin?
All right, thanks, Jeff. A second aide to former President Trump could soon be held in contempt of Congress, weeks after the House of Representatives cited Steve Bannon for not cooperating with the committee investigating the January 6th Capitol attack. Now, former Trump Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, the next to face a contempt vote. Chris Pallone reports from Washington.
Total?
8 yeas, 4 nays.
The ayes have it. The motion is agreed to.
A Rules Committee vote along party lines clears the way for the full House of Representatives to hold President Trump's Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows, in criminal contempt of Congress. Meadows did not show up for a deposition with the Select Committee investigating the January 6th Capitol attack, but he has turned over unclassified documents. In making the case they need to hear from Meadows, Republican committee member Liz Cheney read text messages sent to him showing people in the president's inner circle were well aware how bad it truly was.
As the violence continued, one of the president's sons texted Mr. Meadows, quote, "He's got to condemn this ASAP." Multiple Fox News hosts knew the president needed to act immediately. He is destroying his legacy, Laura Ingraham wrote. Quote, "Can he make a statement? Ask people to leave the Capitol," Sean Hannity urged.
Meadows says he's honoring a claim of executive privilege exerted by the former president.
I've tried to share non-privileged information, but truly the executive privilege that Donald Trump has claimed is his to waive. It's not mine to waive.
A criminal contempt conviction still wouldn't force Meadows to talk to the committee, but he could face up to a year in prison.
We won't get information from him because of the criminal charge. The information that will come will be when the committee wins the subpoena battles and gets all the rest of the documents from him.
If passed in the House, the Justice Department will ultimately decide whether to file criminal charges against Meadows. Chris Pallone, NBC News, Washington.
Still to come, we have an update on the people of Kentucky and how they continue to recover from those deadly tornadoes over the weekend, including how one man is uplifting folks there with his music. That's next on Newswatch 12 at 5.
You know what I'm going to miss most about space?
What's that?
How easy it is to keep up my saving habit. There's nothing to buy up here.
We're making it easier to save on Earth, too. When you open a savings builder account at BMO Harris, you can get a cash reward for every month you save.
Anything to help launch my savings?
Sure. When you open a checking account, we'll give you $200 to kickstart your savings progress.
$200 and a monthly savings reward.
It's a way to save that won't weigh you down. It's a little space humor.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect.
Ah, the joys of online ordering. You never have to leave the comforts of your home.
Right? And our go-to is Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Really?
You betcha. Got this bag delivered yesterday.
Oh, and they're sporting goods.
Awesome.
They've got all that?
When I need workwear, I know where I'm headed.
They've got kitchen gadgets,
Hunting gear,
canning
cookware,
supplies,
tools,
decor, pet toys,
lanterns.
Wow, I can't believe they have all that. It's all here at farmandfleet.com. Just a convenient click away.
Toys.
Find quality products
all online
at farmandfleet.com.
Well said.
Hi, my name's Chad. I went and saw a neurologist and had several MRIs, and they found out that I had spinal neuropathy. The neurologist at the hospital decided that the only treatment was medication. I didn't find that acceptable, so I called Spinal Aid to get a free consultation. After working with Spinal Aid, I'm able to walk, I'm able to sleep, I have balance, my overall comfort of life is 100% better.
Are you experiencing weakness, numbness, and/or pain in your feet or hands? These sensations might even be affecting other areas of your body along with your balance. You might have already been diagnosed with peripheral neuropathy and are taking drugs such as Lyrica, gabapentin, or Cymbalta that never seems to help. Neuropathy pain ultimately diminishes your quality of life. The Spinal Aid Center of Wausau can help relieve the symptoms of your neuropathy. Call Spinal Aid of Wausau today to see if our treatment methods are right for you. Call 715-203-1508 to schedule your neuropathy severity consultation.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Slumberland.
The path to recovery in Kentucky will be a long, hard road, but officials in that state say they are making some progress. Today, the state's governor and other state officials held a news conference to discuss the state's recovery efforts from that string of tornadoes that ripped through the region over the weekend.
If there's good news, it's that our death count has not gone up since yesterday, and that is good news. We're currently at 74 Kentuckians that we've lost. Again, each one a child of God, irreplaceable in their community.
The state has now started to release the names of some of those victims. Roughly 100 people are still missing following this weekend's storms. One Kentucky man who lost his home in the tornadoes over the weekend found a moment of peace through the power of music. You see, his piano was one of the only things left standing. Alexandra Cohn has the story.
It certainly wasn't for the masses.
Jordan Bays doesn't like the spotlight, but his gift is playing the piano.
This is a special piece to me.
Now his stage has been shattered.
This looks bad, and it is.
Jordan's home ripped apart.
It's been awful.
The Bremen community lost around a dozen people in the tornado.
Which is so small and so close-knit, have lost so much more. I have friends that Saturday were picking up clothes out of their fields to try to launder, to have something to change into.
Their family was not hurt.
We got up and came downstairs. I have a spare mattress in the basement, and we came to the basement and covered the 5 of us up.
As they looked around to see what he could say, he decided to see if his piano still worked.
I believe that even in the midst of trying times, there is a peace that can be found.
His sister grabbed her phone and started recording. He played There's Something About That Name, and it went viral.
My faith is very important to me, and so it's soothing and calming, and I think we all probably could have used a little bit of that this weekend.
On this farm owned by his family for decades, Jordan will cling to the positive memories, especially the feeling of hope in the midst of devastation.
To me, it felt like we had gained. The sense of unity and community where the community has come together to help has been astonishing.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Stone Innovations, Rhinelander and Plover.
When you're ready to relax on a Sunday afternoon, tune in to 91.7 WXPR for Sunday Afternoon Jazz and listen to a great selection of the best in jazz. From 1 to 4 p.m. Sundays, listen to America's Classical Music on WXPR.
Make this Christmas extra sparkly and brilliant with a gift from Wickersham Jewelry. From stocking stuffers to holy cow, I can't wait to show everyone you're the best type of gifts. Endless options including stylish diamond hoops, two-tone diamond bracelets, and journey pendants. Lots and lots of diamond fashion jewelry to celebrate any special moment. You can even take advantage of interest-free financing programs. This Christmas, say I love you with a gift from Wickersham Jewelry.
Cabernet and Sauvignon team is here, and now it's on.
You out here looking like a trampoline, extra sprung.
If you got me, then I got you. This is the vibe. This is the
Grand Cruise special preview tonight on NBC. What would Christmas be without a visit from Santa?
I prefer Dwana Claus.
All new holiday episodes of Young Rock, Keenan, Mr. Mayor, and Chrisley Knows Best. Don't miss this magical night. This Wednesday on NBC.
Let's get right to it.
This week, it's the final rounds of the first ever Jeopardy Professors Tournament.
I'm in.
I made it.
Some of the brightest PhDs going head-to-head for $100,000.
I am going for that money.
It started with 15, but only one can win it all.
What a fantastic tournament this has been.
The final rounds of the first ever Jeopardy Professors Tournament.
Weekdays at 4:30, brought to you locally by North Star Mohican Casino Resort.
Our CT Deli family wishes you a joyous holiday season and a new year filled with peace and happiness.
Bruce Orthodontics wishes you warmest thoughts and best wishes for a wonderful holiday and a very happy new year.
Dina Mia Pizza sends you best wishes for a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year.
From polka to punk and everything in between, WXPR Public Radio plays a wide variety of music you won't hear anywhere else. Listen on your radio, online at WXPR.org, and on your smart speaker.
All right, check out this work by Finnish architect designer Pasi Wingren. This is a fox that he made out of a shovel on a lake in Finland. It's almost 300 feet across. He's done projects like this for six straight.
That's a person up
That's
the
a person. Yeah, the little black thing. That's a person.
I see it now.
That's how big that fox is.
They walked this.
He kind of creates it with a shovel.
That's cool.
He's trying to bring some temporary relief.
Yeah, it reminds me of Dollar Lake out in Eagle River, where they have the hockey tournament hockey tournament.
Yeah.
How you turn that corner and there's like 100 rings
All
out
of a sudden
there.
there's things out there?
Yes. Yeah. Okay, for us, weather-wise, we have a lot going on. So first off, temperatures out there now. Yeah. We're above freezing, so our melt is on still, right?
Yeah, it's a little icy
we'll likely stay above freezing tonight. Tomorrow, we kick in some rain and some drizzle, followed by some wind. And not just a little wind, but a lot of wind tomorrow night. We're talking wind gusts near 50 to 60 miles per hour.
Yikes.
And not just for a small area. We're talking all of north central Wisconsin and pretty much all of Wisconsin. So likely some power issues tomorrow evening in the early parts of Thursday. Out there now, we're looking pretty good, but the clouds are increasing from the west. There's our next system. It's going to bring us rain showers, not snow with this one. We're talking rain and wind. The big issue is going to be the wind. It starts about this time tomorrow night.
People are going to be falling everywhere, too. You got ice and wind.
Ice,
and so careful out there tomorrow. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here at 6 with more.